Hello. It's been a long week, hasn't it? I promised you guys a show to discuss protecting our children on Facebook, and I didn't do it with the last show because I got involved in the advertisement side of it. But I am going to say something personally about when I joined Facebook, what the rules were back then, and why I joined Facebook. First of all, a family member said, "Join Facebook, it's so cool. And by the way, I play this game called Farmville, and I need someone to play Farmville. So join Facebook, play Farmville, and send me gifts every day." That's how it all started for me. Oh, and by the way, one of our cousins wrote something really, really weird about his family. You gotta read it, but you gotta join Facebook. So I joined Facebook. But after I joined Facebook, first of all, when I joined Facebook, you had to be 16 to open a Facebook account. And a lot of these senators and Congress people are grilling Mark Zuckerberg on how to protect children on Facebook. Well, see, the bottom line is when Facebook first was developed, it wasn't supposed to be for children. When I joined, you had to be 18 to have a Facebook account. And all of a sudden, I would see friend requests from people who I knew, and they were 18, and I'm like, well, no, you're not 18, you're 13. What? What they did was they faked their birth year. They put their birth date in, but they changed the year so that they could get a Facebook account, and their parents signed off on it. Now, I just heard Mark Zuckerberg say that Facebook says that no one under the age of 13 is supposed to be able to legally have a Facebook account. So I'm questioning why I know some people who have Facebook accounts who are 8, 7, 9, 10 years old with fake birth dates, and their parents sign off on it. I don't friend these children, but once again, this is not Mark Zuckerberg's fault. It is not Mark Zuckerberg's fault because I certainly would not feel comfortable giving Facebook a copy of my birth certificate to prove that I'm a certain age, but maybe that's where we're going because there are children very young who have their own Facebook pages and they're not supposed to. It's against the rules. And their parents know it's against the rules. That's why they fudge the birth year. 8-year-olds are not smart enough to say, well, I have to be 13. No, they don't do that. Their parents set up the accounts for them. And they allow them to be on Facebook. I have gotten friend requests from 8-year-olds. And I'm not going to accept them. Because you all who watch my show know that I drop the F-bomb. I talk about sex. I talk about adult topics. As part of my Facebook family, I try as best as I can from the information given to me by those who request my friendship and inclusion into my Facebook family. I try to make it at 16. And if a 16-year-old, by the way, tries to friend me, I usually ask their parents for permission if I know who their parents are. Because again, my show, my page is not for children. It's not child friendly. It's not child proof. I curse. I talk about sex. I talk about things that some religious parents don't want their kids to hear. So again, I'm trying to do everything I can. Facebook says you're not allowed to have a Facebook page until you're 13. But again, the users are lying. They're faking their birth dates and they're letting 8, 9, 10-year-old kids get Facebook pages. And that's not Facebook's fault. Those are parents who tell their kids, yeah, we'll get you a Facebook page. All your friends have one. Well, if Facebook, I would say this to Mark Zuckerberg, if you really want to fix Facebook, kick the kids off. Keep to your rule. Anybody under the age of 13 doesn't get an account. If somebody that uses Facebook knows that there is someone under 13 with a fake Facebook account that has lied when they applied for their Facebook account, it's our duty to report them. Report them to Facebook. This is a young child, has no business on Facebook at this age. Kids that age have enough on their plate. They don't need to be managing a Facebook account too. So that would take care of this, let's protect our children and what they share. And to be honest with you, I think 13 is too young too, because I have seen 15-year-olds post pictures of themselves on public Facebook. They hit the public button on purpose of themselves in very revealing clothing, bikinis, model shots. Hey, don't I look cute? Not appropriate. That's not what Facebook is for. But they use it as a dating site. And it's a problem. We have teens being bullied to the point of committing suicide. You're a fat cow. Why don't you just go kill yourself? That woman was convicted of encouraging a suicide on Facebook. But I submit to you, children that age shouldn't even be on Facebook. Don't they have other things to do? Homework, sports, reading, watching TV, playing Xbox. I mean, there's so many other things, right? Facebook should be an adult community. Or perhaps Facebook should start a separate Facebook just for kids, 13 and under. I would prefer 16 and under, but whatever. And run that page very differently. Only family members can friend them. Only people who know them personally outside of Facebook can friend them. Their privacy levels should be better than Fort Knox. Because no stranger from somewhere in a different country or anywhere else, for that matter, should be able to see an 8-year-old's Facebook page. I have actually reported to parents, do you know that I'm not friends with your 12-year-old, but I can see everything they post on Facebook, which means anybody else can too? Oh my God, Paula, what do I do? Like, you change their privacy settings. Their privacy settings are on public. Just click and point. It's easy to do. They did it. They took care of it. The other issue I have with all these hearings and this government involvement in Facebook is I am so proud of my Facebook family. I am. Yeah. Get your tissues out. My Facebook family is so diverse. I have Facebook members on my family, on my page, that range from age 77 to 16. They watch my show. They're interested in what I have to say when my family members are not. My family members don't watch this show. They don't support my politics. I go to a party or a family event, and if I mention anything about the things I'm interested in, they shut me up. We don't talk about that. This is a party. We don't want to hear it. Blah, blah, blah. So my purpose for being on Facebook is not this unicorn and rainbow vision that these senators have. It's to connect with the grandchildren. It's to see pictures of the kids going to school for the first day. Oh, look, Junior ate 2 hot dogs. Yay! No, that's not why I'm on Facebook. Because, see, my family isn't interested in what I care about. And to be honest, I'm not interested in what they do either much. They are all about children and school and going to see Santa and the Easter Bunny and stuff that doesn't interest me in the least. So we kind of are even on that. So I don't use Facebook to connect and keep in touch with my family. Believe me, I hear enough about what goes on with my family without even ever being on Facebook. Doesn't matter. Because every time I try to tell my family something that interests me, I get shut down. When I came to Facebook and I found all these amazing new friends, People I've never met, but people who either agree with me and have the same opinions that I have, and there are other people in the world like me. Woohoo! I was so excited. And I also learned so much from having people in my Facebook family that disagree with me, but still are willing to be my friend and to respectfully give me their opposite opinions, to have respectful, intelligent debate on topics that I find important. It was the coolest thing ever. It was so wonderful. And some of these people are atheists. Some of these people are Wicca. Some of them are Buddhists. Some of them are Muslim. Some of them have names that the FBI would consider suspicious. Arabic names. This concerns me. I have friends in Russia. I have Russian subscribers on my YouTube channel. I don't want the government going through my Facebook family and flagging anyone with an Arabic name or a Jewish name or someone who belongs to an atheist group, someone who's not a Bible-thumping, anti-abortion, anti-gay Christian. I don't want those people no longer available to be part of my family. Because the government, the Republicans, which that's all they talked about in the questioning. You didn't let the Catholic Church put this post up. You didn't let this ad go up. Now, we're talking advertisements here, not pages. The fact that Mark Zuckerberg decided not to accept the money from someone who says that gay people should be put back in their closets and that gay marriage should be repealed, he has that right. If someone wants to come to my show and advertise Chick-fil-A, I can say no thank you because it's my show, I own it, and I don't want a business like Chick-fil-A that believes that birth control should be illegal, that women shouldn't be on birth control, and that only Christians should work for them to flip chicken. I don't believe in their mission statement. So I would never allow Chick-fil-A to advertise on my show. And Facebook has that right too. They have a right to pick and choose which developers and which advertisers they take money from to advertise to us on Facebook. That's their right. I don't have to let someone sponsor me whose religion I don't agree with, or who is overtly religious. If you are a religious Christian person and you run a pizza shop and you just want to advertise your pizza, that's great. But if you start going to the Supreme Court and saying you don't want your female pizza delivery chicks to use birth control, your advertisement's going to get kicked off my show. Because you are promoting something that I don't agree with, and that most of my viewers don't agree with, by the way. So I'm not going to let someone who hates gay people advertise their pizza on my show. I'm not going to let someone who refuses their female employees birth control or asks a person interviewing for a job if they're a Christian or not. Not going to let them advertise on my show. And Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook has the right to also refuse advertisements that they believe are religiously oriented in its content, which basically means they are bashing other religions. Advertisements that would make someone like me uncomfortable. Like, don't use birth control, buy Chick-fil-A. Yeah, not cool. Not going to want to watch that. Going to be upset about that. Going to definitely hide, remove, don't show that to me ever again. And they will. Because, see, you can do that on Facebook. I am concerned that if the government gets involved, because they keep saying, we need to protect Americans' privacy. America, America, America. Well, 2 billion people use Facebook, and they are all over the world. Now, if we allow the government to come in and start regulating Facebook, am I going to be able to friend somebody who is from Pakistan living in London, who is Muslim, who has an Arabic name? Or is the government going to look over Zuckerberg's shoulder and say, oh, Muhammad? No, kick them off. They're not allowed to have a Facebook page. They're from Pakistan, they live in London, and they're Muslim. They're not allowed. Political Paula can't friend that person. That scares me, but it could happen. All they talk about is Americans' privacy. But I have friends from all over the world. I have friends from Russia. I have friends who were born in Pakistan, who practice the Muslim religion. I have friends who are Wiccan. Yeah, they're witches. I love my witchy friends. I have Buddhist friends. I have atheist friends. And when I hear people like Ted Cruz say, well, when are you going to start banning the Planned Parenthood pages? How come you won't let a church advertise on Facebook? It scares me. It scares me, and it should scare you too. Whether you are a Christian, a Jew, a Muslim, whatever you do, it should scare you that the U.S. government wants to force Americans to only be friends with Christian Americans, to only see pages on Facebook that promote religious, right Christian values. They don't want Planned Parenthood on Facebook. They want Chick-fil-A on Facebook. They want the Duggars on Facebook. You know, the Duggars who have as many kids as they can because it's God's will, and then even if you're married to a pedophile who cheats on you, who molested his sisters and his babysitter, you got to stay married to him and keep birthing his babies. Those Duggars, they want them on Facebook. But they don't want Planned Parenthood on Facebook. They don't want the atheist groups on Facebook. They don't want the gay rights people on Facebook. They don't want Pride, gay pride parades live on Facebook. They don't want that. Some of these senators, from the way they were talking. Think about that kind of Facebook. Think about something else. Everybody's making the developers into these evil incarnate people. The people who develop products like Farmville, like Pet Society, like all the games you like to play. Candy Crush. Somebody developed that. They didn't do it for free. They provide it to you for free. But they go to Facebook and they say, you know what? We got to pay our developers, right? Not easy to make Candy Crush. Not easy to build a video game. So we want to put this on Facebook. We'll give it to your users for free. But during their use of the product, we're going to run ads. Sure, why not? It's a game. And if your players, the people who play our game, choose to buy extra lives or buy extra levels or buy some cheat codes, they can give us their credit card. We're trying to make some money here. If those developers go away, okay, Facebook, within 6 months, is probably going to start charging all of us about $200 a month in order to use their product. Think about that. Is that what you want? And by the way, when they start charging you the $200 a month, the nanny government's going to be standing over all of the people at Facebook. They're going to be at One Hacker Way in Menlo, California, and they're going to be standing over every person who works at Facebook. They're going to be reading everything you write, everything I write. They're going to look at all of our pictures. The government, Ted Cruz, and whoever else they choose to look at these things, and the government is going to say, yep, nope, get rid of that one, nope, never, get rid of that one, ban that person. That person doesn't like Republicans, ban them, find a way to get rid of their Facebook page. And if you think it can't happen, did you ever honestly think that when you go from your house on a nice vacation that an agent of the government could search through your luggage, make you open your cell phone and show you everyone you've ever talked to in your entire life? Their addresses, their phone numbers, their email addresses. Did you ever think that your 15-year-old child could be strip searched at the airport by an agent of the government because they have a laptop? Bet you didn't. But now they can. And it happens. It happens every single day. So when you think that something can't happen, the government would never let that happen, well, you better think again. Because it seems to me that Mark Zuckerberg was just a little too successful for his young age. And it scared our U.S. government. And now they want a piece. And we all know that when the government takes a piece, they usually end up with 90% of the pie. It's something to think about. I can't wait to enjoy all your comments. It's been a lot of shows. I'm still watching, retakes from some of the things. I actually recorded the hearings from the House, so I have to watch that. But for now, I will be catching up on all the comments on these last shows about the Facebook hearings. I can't even believe I'm saying that in the same sentence. Facebook hearings. Wow. Freedom of speech, a freedom of speech platform, and we're having hearings. It does remind me of the McCarthy era in the 50s, where anyone who voiced an opinion different from the government or the most popular party of the government was labeled a communist and refused work. So it's scary times, folks. Please remember your history, because we're going to be doomed to repeat it. So anytime the government gets involved in something that was working just fine on its own, again, I'm the most political person that I know, and I never heard of Cambridge Analytica. They didn't send me emails. They didn't advertise to me. They might know who I am, but I don't know that, and they've never bothered me, so I don't know. And let's remember one more thing, too, real quick, is Hillary Clinton won the popular vote, right? Donald Trump is the president. The Republicans have the majority in the House. And they're the ones that are pissed off at Facebook for letting Cambridge Analytica influence the election. Again, government gets involved, it's going to be terrifying. The one thing we don't want is the government controlling Facebook. Think about it. Let Mark Zuckerberg do what Mark Zuckerberg does. He's a genius. And unlike our government, he does have our best interests at heart and his own. He wants to make money. Of course he does. But he works hard. And he's very smart. And he deserves a good paycheck. He deserves to make more money than we do. And we do get to use his product for free. Let's remember that too. And let's also remember that a government-controlled Facebook is Orwellian. It's 1984 in 2018. Political Paula, out.